I'm going to go over recommendations for Dognition's business process change. When I speak about Dognition, it's a very revolutionary website where it provides very detailed insight on dogs. And the way they're able to do this is dog owners go through tests and send that information for the test back to Dognition, and they're able to process that information and send the insight back to the dog owner. The only caveat is the dog owner has to do the tests, go through all the tests, and provide the information to Dognition. And some of the fallbacks we've seen is that a lot of dog owners don't finish all the tests. And so you're at a situation where you have a group of people who want more insight about their dog, but not actually finishing all the tests. And so there is a give and take. There's requires the dog owners to provide information so that it can be processed and have a more robust data set. And so my recommendations for Dognition have centered around basically tackling one area to encourage more activity. And so my analysis first focused on looking at the age groups, because the initial hypothesis was that the younger dogs would actually be finishing more of the games because dog owners, once they get a dog, it's really exciting. They want to know more about it. But what I found was that the group of 2 to 3 years of age, or 4 to 5 years of age, even in all the different categories here shown with the different games, were actually finishing more. And possibly the younger dogs are too hyper, but that 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 years is a pretty good sweet spot. And since we know from looking at the data that the 2 to 5 years are pretty active, what I was thinking was let's look at these guys individually and what makes them so unique. You have a pretty new dog, pretty attentive, you really want to know more information. So let's take it a step further. If I go back to those groups of people and say, okay, your dog is getting a little bit older, maybe in 2 or 3 years, or even just a year, and say, how has your dog changed over time? Because they were initially inquisitive and went to the website to find this information. But if we go back to them with another question saying, how has your dog changed over time, and encourage them to go back to the website, and possibly if they never finish the initial test, they might want to go ahead and try to finish them so they can have a complete data set. But instead of some of the questions that are being asked now is what's information about my dog, is sort of now let's go back and find out how is my dog changing over time. And I feel like this is a good idea since a lot of times that there is a huge delay between taking tests. You might have to take a test here, you might have to wait, someone might come back and wait another like 40 days or 30 days to take another test. So, if you encourage the dog owners to focus on let's finish this test for this age group where your dog is now, so that later on you can be able to compare it. Because as the dog ages, there might be health problems, mental problems, or anything. So, this might encourage them to come back or actually complete the data set so they can come back in the next year and say, okay, let's see what's happening. And has this actually changed in my dog? So, my overall recommendation is to slightly change the business strategy of going out to them and saying, let's test my dog, find out information, but also saying, let's create a baseline and then come back every so often to see how my dog has changed, to encourage them to finish the data set within a year.